Dr. Kim Anderson, our crop marketing specialist, is here now. Kim, prices have been on a downward trend. Let's talk about why.
Let's go back and look at the wheat chart from Pond Creek starting in 2009. You know, we came out of 9 into 10. We got prices up in the $7, $8 range. We stayed up above $6 for a while, came back down below 6, tracked in the $4 to $5 range, and then in 2019, COVID came along and started having an impact in 2020. We'll see that COVID on this chart resulted in wheat prices going from about $4.50 to $8. And this was a demand-driven price increase. You'll remember, we had record production every year for 19, 20, 21, and 22, and still had prices going up. And then we had the Russian-Ukraine war, and that resulted in additional disruption of supply, and we saw that price go from $8 to $13. We started adjusting for COVID. We got our transportation system back in play, and prices started coming down. We took the COVID effect out, and I think we've got the war effect out now, and we're back to quasi-normal. And if you look at that average price for wheat, it's $5.80. You look at our ending stocks, you know, we've got right at average ending stocks.
Oklahoma producers right now deciding whether to graze out their wheat or pull the cattle off. What kind of prices are we seeing for that harvested wheat for 2024?
Well, like we said, we got the stocks to use ratio near average, so you'd expect an average price of $5.80. Right now, you can forward contract in Pond Creek for $5.30. You can forward contract in southern Oklahoma for 40 cents less than that. And they normally put about a 15-cent risk factor in there, so that gets you up around $5.40, $5.45. I'd use a $5.30. I'd be conservative. Use a $5.30 or $5.45 for my price. Southern Oklahoma, you're looking at $4.90 or $5.
We also need to run the numbers. It's hard to believe we're already talking about this again, but run the numbers for summer crops. As producers are mapping that out, what type of an analysis do you recommend?
Well, let's start with the corn and the corn chart. Corn prices are right at $4. They were down to $3.85. They're up a little bit. You can forward contract up in most of Oklahoma. Northern Oklahoma, $4.40. Go down around Weatherford, it's $4.30, something like that. So it looks like $4.40 for corn. The average in these stocks is 11.6%. It's projected to be 17, so you expect below average prices, and that's what they're offering right now. You look at soybeans, average price is around $10.80 right now. You can forward contract around $10.60. The average stocks use is 7.5%. It's projected to be 10, so you'd expect average or below average prices for soybeans. So 10.60 is probably a pretty good number to use there on that analysis. Cotton prices are good, but if you look out to the December contract, they've got cash cotton price down around 79 to 80 cents.
And then last but not least, this deadline coming for ARC and PLC March 15th. And there needs to be some price comparisons weighed into those decisions as well. Talk about that.
Well, some numbers that farmers may need to have for wheat. Like the USDA has, for the 24 marketing years, predicted U.S. average wheat prices to be $6. The average 2009 through 2023 price is $6.03 for the U.S., and the effective ARC PLC price is $5.50. For corn, you got a USDA predicted for 24-25, $4.40. The average 09 through 23, $4.62. And the effective price for the program, $4 and a penny. Soybeans, $11.20 projected for next year. $11.11 is the average for that 15-year period, and an effective price at $9.26. For cotton, now I don't have good prices for cotton, but we made up some. Okay, we think we're close here. USDA prediction around, or our prediction around $78. The average price around 76 and an effective price around 77.
You were right, lots of numbers this week. You and Dr. Hagerman also planning to talk more about this latest piece of it next week.
Yes, I will provide the numbers. Dr. Hagerman has got the policy figured out there, and she'll talk about the analysis.
Okay, sounds good, Kim. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.